When you are displaying complicated information in tables, you would want to make it attractive for the viewers to easily observe and understand the table. Tables could have different types of data such as text, number, date, and time, email, image, URL, button, checkbox, etc. Tables should also have elements such as sort, search, filter, pagination, etc., to easily navigate and quickly find the data. Tablesome is a WordPress table plugin to quickly create beautiful and responsive tables in WordPress. In this video, we will see how to create WordPress tables with Tablesome plugin. With Tablesome you can create different types of tables such as large data tables, product catalogs, pricing tables, comparison tables, sports league tables, and other types of tables. In this video we will see how to create tables manually in WordPress, how to add images and videos to tables, how to import tables from CSV and XLSX files, how to add tables to WordPress pages and posts, how to customize table display in desktop and mobile devices, and how to add styles to tables and match your brand. In this WordPress site, we have already installed the Tablesome table plugin. We can create tables in two ways. We could add data to the table manually or import the data from a spreadsheet as CSV or XLSX files. We will see how to import tables in the latter part of the video. We will see how to add data manually now. Click on Create New Table, and add a title to your table. Tablesome comes with a toolbar that has options for style and layouts. We will explore this after we have created the table. Let's minimize the toolbar and go to the table editor. In Tablesome you can create new rows and columns as you keep adding the data. You can add and delete rows and columns as you go. The serial number column displayed here will not be displayed in the front end. It is hidden by default, but you can choose to display it if you want. The columns have headers under which you have options for each column. You could hide the column header in the front end, if you want to create headerless tables. In the column options, you can choose what data format this table column will have. There are multiple data formats, we will see each one in detail. Let this column remain in text format and we will change the name of the column. Now we will create more columns and add one column for each data format. Namely, number, date, and time, URL, button, email, and checkbox columns. We will see images and rich text columns a little later. The text format is where you can add simple text without line breaks and styles. If you want line breaks and add style to text, you should use the rich text format. In the column options, you could apply sorting as you create the table. You could also move the column to the left or right. In the number format, you can add numbers with decimals. For number columns, you'll get numerical sorting and number operators when applying filters. In the column options, you could also add new columns to the left or right. You could also duplicate any column. Number columns also have a footer with mathematical functions such as sum, average, count. It counts the number of rows, non-empty and empty counts, and minimum and maximum numbers. Next is the date and time format. Here you can add date and time values in multiple formats. Date is added by default. You can choose to show the time, if it is necessary. Date format comes with special operators for date filtering. We have a special video explaining date value filtering, do check it out. You could also duplicate the date columns. Next is the URL format. In this column, you can have links with URLs with or without link texts. The links can have link attributes such as nofollow tag, sponsored tag, and target blank tag, to open a link in a new tab. The links can also have a common link text. Let's add the links and see. You could also add individual link text for each link. Next is the button format. It is similar to URL format, but a button is added to the link. URL and button formats are interchangeable, so they have similar options. You could add common text and link attributes to the button. You could also customize the color of the button and the text. The email format, it's a simple format that has the email data. In this column, a mail to tag is added to the data, so that when you click on the email it automatically opens your email program to send an email. Next is the checkbox format. In the columns, you can have checkboxes and you can choose to leave a checkbox empty or you can have the box checked. Now that we have added these data to the table, let's save the table and click on the preview to see the table in the front end. In the front end, we have all the data that we've added and we can sort the data. For links and buttons, the link attributes are added and the mail to tag is added to the email data. With Tablesome you can also add media content to tables such as images, GIFs, and videos. We will see how to add images and videos to the table and how to style content within the table using the advanced editor. There are two ways to add images to the table. The first way is by using the image format column. In the image format columns, you can add images from the WP Media Library. You can also upload the images from your computer to the media library to add to the table. You can also make the images clickable by adding a link to the link field for the image. The second way to add images to the table is by using the rich text format column. Not just images, you can also add videos to the table using the rich text columns. Other than images and videos, the rich text column has several options, namely, bold, italics, underline, strike through, ordered list, unordered list, links, font size, and text alignment. You can play videos that are uploaded to your WP Media Library and also videos that are hosted in video hosting services such as YouTube, 9gag, Vimeo, Internet Video Archives, etc. If you already have table data from external sources, You can import the tables to your WordPress site in the form of CSV and XLSX files. Let's give this table a title and add an XLSX file to be imported. The table data is successfully imported and the formats are assigned automatically. You can edit this table and add data to it. There are also several table components such as sort, search, filter, and pagination available for you on the Edit Table page. These components are also available in the front end as we see on the table preview page. We will see later how to enable or disable these table components when you add them to WordPress pages and posts. Let's see how to add tables to WordPress posts and pages. To add the table that you've created, go to the Edit Table page and copy the table shortcode. Then go to the page or post where you want to embed the table and paste the table shortcode. In the block editor, you have to paste the shortcode inside the shortcode block. In the block editor, there is also an Add Tablesome shortcode block available. With this block, you can select the table that you want to add and also select the components that should be displayed. Here you could also hide some of the table columns if you don't want to display some of the columns in your table. With Tablesome you can customize the display of each table that you create. Not just for the computer display, you could also customize it for mobile display. You can access these layout options in the toolbar on the Edit Table page. You can find several tabs in the toolbar, and in one of these tabs, there will be a Display Settings tab. Here you can find all the options to customize the table display. First, select the display mode. Fit to Container stretches the table to match the width of the page container. And, in standard mode, the table width will be adjusted based on the content. Then you can choose if you want the responsive scroll bar or the stack mode when the table is viewed on mobile devices. Then set the pagination limit. You could also choose to hide the table header, make the first column sticky when scrolled, and choose to display the serial number column. Then you can set a minimum and maximum width for the columns. It will be helpful when you have very large or very small columns. At the last, you can choose to display or hide the table components such as sort, search and filter on desktop and mobile devices. After you have selected the options, save the table and preview the table. All the display options that we have selected appear in the table. Let's see this table in the mobile view. We have chosen the stack mode in mobile layouts and we can see that the table rows are stacked upon each other. We also have chosen to hide the sort, search and filter, and they're also hidden in mobile view. Let's make some more changes and check if they're being applied. Not just customizing the display options, you can also customize the style of each table that you create. Tablesome has made it very easy to style tables with WordPress. Let's see how to change the styles for this table. In the toolbar on the Table Edit page, there is a Styles tab where you have several style options. This styling option is for table-level styling, in addition to the existing global-level styling options. In the Style tab you have three options. First is the Standard option where you can select styles from pre-made style themes. The second is Customized where you can manually change styles for various table elements. The third is the Global where you can apply the styles from global settings. If you want all the tables to have the same styling, you can choose the global settings. You could also change the styles in global style settings. If you want a plain table and don't need any styles, you can switch it off by displaying the styles in the global settings. If you want to create multiple tables with different styles, customize each of your Tablesome tables. To do this, you have to use the Styles options in the toolbar on the Edit Table page. In the Standard tab, there are several color schemes. We can choose any one of them and see how it is applied. Let's select another color scheme. You could see that the color scheme is applied to all the table elements. In this screen, there are 3 color schemes, and we are working on adding more. You could also make some suggestions to us regarding the color schemes. You could change the font, font size, and font color. You could change the border size and even remove the borders. You could also change the text alignment for the table headers and rows. If you want to change the style of each table element, you can do so in the Customize tab. You can change the style of the table header, table rows, table pagination, table search bar, and table filter. Let's select the header option, and customize the table header. You could customize it for desktop and mobile. Here you can change the font size and color, background color, text color, hover/active color, padding, border width, size and color, and text alignment. Let's change them and see how the header looks. The table header colors are changed and the hover colors are also applied. Next, let's change the row styles. We will first change the text colors and background colors. We can also have alternative colors for the row background. The row colors and the hover colors are applied. We could also adjust the padding, change the border width and color, and also change the text alignment for the rows. You can see that the changes we made to the rows are applied. Let's do the same for table headers and see how it looks. We can also customize the style for mobiles. Let's apply different settings for desktop and mobile devices. Let's see the table in mobile view. The font size and text alignment that we changed are applied in mobile view. Next, we will change the style of the pagination element. We will change the color of the text, background, and active. We could also change the alignment of the pagination element in desktop and mobile devices. Next, let's change the style of filters. We will change the color of the text, background, and hover. Finally, let's change the style of the search bar. We will do the same thing as we have done to other elements. That is to change the color of the text, background, and hover. The search bar styles are changed and our table looks great. Let's see how the table looks in the WordPress page where we have added it. The table looks great with a unique style. We can have another table on the same page with different styles. Let's add another table to the same page and see how it looks. Here we have two different types of tables with very different styles. Like this video and subscribe to this channel. Post your question in the comments section.